The latest on the economy now. The U.S. added 943,000 jobs in the month of July, above what analysts were expecting. The unemployment rate also dropped to 5.4%. Joining me now with more is Heather Boushey, member of the White House Council of Economic Advisors. Heather, appreciate you being with us. Let's get right to it. This is a strong report, no doubt, but most of this came before the recent surge in COVID cases due to the Delta variant. So what is the state of the economy right now? And how do things look for the next few months?
Well, these are great questions, Kara. I mean, what I can tell you is from today's report, this economy is on track. And what it shows is that the president's plan is working. You know, when he came into office, he focused on the American Rescue Plan to make sure that we wrapped our heads around this pandemic, dealt with getting the vaccines out so that folks could get back to work, and making sure that communities all across the country had the support they needed while we were addressing the pandemic. So what we see is that we've created 4 million jobs this year, which is a significant number. We've also created an average over the past couple of months about over 830,000 jobs per month. So when you compare that to the few months before the president took office, when we didn't have this kind of robust policy agenda, we were only creating then about 60,000 jobs per month on average. So this is really a significant accomplishment and shows that the investment in the United States and making sure that we are wrapping our hands around this pandemic and getting people back to work is working.
Well, we can't ignore, though, the jobless claims have been steady the past few weeks and are still about twice as high as they were before the pandemic. So how long do you think it's going to take to get the economy back to the pre-pandemic levels? And are some of those jobs just gone for good?
Well, so here's the thing. While the number of people applying for unemployment benefits certainly, is hovering now below 400,000, that is half of what it was when the president took office. So that is a significant change in the number of folks that are needing that assistance. What we see is that this has been this strong, steady recovery. We have known that recovering from an historic pandemic would be tricky. There would be ups and downs, there'd be hiccups along the way. We've certainly seen a few of those, but what we see in today's report is this strong, steady gain in jobs month after month, and this means that unemployment is coming down. People are getting back into the labor force, and they're getting back to work.
This report also shows that wages are rising, and the Labor Department says that there could be upward pressure on wages going forward. So how much are you factoring inflation into your outlook right now, and could higher inflation last longer if wages do continue to rise?
Well, some of the good news in this report, alongside the fall in the unemployment rate and the number of new jobs created, is that workers are seeing wage gains. This is a good thing. It's a good thing for American families, for American workers. They're able to better support all the things that make their life worth living, being able to put a roof over their head and food on the table and all of that. So we have been hopeful that we would see the labor market recover. Rising wages is certainly one indication of that. But again, we are not seeing signs that inflation is spiraling out of control. We are seeing signs that the inflation that we are seeing is temporary and is a result of recovering from this historic pandemic. We've seen a number of supply chain challenges across our economy, and that these kinds of hiccups are really where the root of the inflation problem is.
Heather, finally, while I have you, President Biden, as you know, today touted the bipartisan infrastructure bill that appears to be on the brink of passing the Senate. What impact do you see that could have on the economy?
Well, this deal, this historic deal that hopefully the Senate will pass soon, this will be an incredibly important investment in the U.S. economy across our country. We'll be able to build, roads and bridges. We're going to make sure that families have access to broadband. We're going to make sure that there are no lead pipes going into homes. There is no amount of lead in the water that is safe for children's development. These are important things that are going to not only make it easier to transport goods and services and people to get back and forth to work, this is going to make sure that we have that solid foundation upon which to build our economy back better.
Heather Boushey from the Council of Economic Advisors there at the White House. Appreciate your time, Heather. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.